What's going on? Jason Moss here, coming at you live from my bed. I've just been hanging out here with my laptop. So excited for all the momentum that we're seeing around this new offer that we just launched, The Collective. I wanted to go live here. I guess this isn't live. This is a recording, but I wanted to go on camera here and share a little bit more about the intention behind this space and this community and who it's for. Because the truth is, this is like nothing I've ever launched before. And I've never been more humbled to launch an offer. Never felt more aligned in what's coming through me and what's being birthed through this community. And when I think about the vision for what this space is and for what's going to happen inside this community, the healing, the transformation, the breakthroughs, the exponential growth, the expansion that's going to occur through this space, there is literally nothing that I've ever done that will be like it. And for the right entrepreneur, the one who's on the verge of that next evolution, stepping into a more soul-aligned way of showing up in their business, who wants to grow a business that isn't just profitable, but aligned with who they really are, this is such a beautiful container for that work to occur. And I really feel like at this time in my life that I've finally become a match for the work that God is calling me to do, for the type of community, for the type of leadership, for the type of transformation that goes so much deeper than just business strategy. The truth is I've been building businesses online for close to 20 years now. My first online business, I was 13 years old. I built this software program online, and I've just been doing this my whole life. I've had this obsession for online marketing, for getting to build communities that connect people, for finding out what does it actually really take to attract aligned clients, to put words out on the internet and make it so that strangers pay you money. This has just been something I've been obsessed with my whole life. And on a deeper level, how do we use that in order to make an impact? How do we use that to help people? How do we use that not just to, make more money? And that's beautiful too. I love making money, but also in a way that truly elevates the world. What I've discovered over time is that for most of my journey as an entrepreneur, I chased strategy. I thought that the next stage of my growth was really about finding a new tactic or figuring out some marketing plan. And those things are important. They're a piece of it. But over time, and supporting over 1,000 entrepreneurs, walking the journey with so many different leaders and all different niches all over the world, and seeing what actually made the difference for people, what's been able to unlock that next level of growth, help an entrepreneur double, triple, quadruple their income, scale past 6 figures or even multiple 6 figures. What's been behind that shift, both for me and in so many of the entrepreneurs I've worked with, what I've discovered over time is that strategy is like 5% of it. And the inner work, the expansion, the energetics, the mindset, the beliefs, the limiting blocks on the inside that are actually holding us back from that next level, that's the thing that for so many entrepreneurs, it's like you can go into ChatGPT, you can come up with a business strategy in 5 minutes. The thing that's actually holding you back, most likely, is not that. Even though your mind might think that that's what you need, it truly is the internal piece. And so for so much of my journey as a business mentor, I focused on strategy work. I've given people what they say they want, and I've seen how I can give the same strategy to 2 different entrepreneurs, and one person can take that strategy and double or triple their revenue in just a few months. And the other person takes that same strategy and is exactly where they are. I was like, why is this? Over time, it became clear to me that the answer was not, here's another strategy. It was, how do I create a space for people to dive deeper, for entrepreneurs who recognize and realize that business growth truly happens from the inside out, who don't just want to grow a business, they want to grow themselves. And they realize that the business itself is really just a mirror or a match for who they are on the inside. When you grow internally, when you become more, when you expand, when you let go of the stories, the beliefs, the blocks that are holding you back from that next level of expansion, business growth happens naturally. And this really beautiful, incredible way. This is what I've seen in my own journey from zero to past over 500,000 a year in sales in my business. What I've seen from so many of the entrepreneurs that I've walked with, it truly happens from the inside out. And I'm so excited to be birthing a community where we get to do that work, to come together with entrepreneurs and visionary leaders who want to make an incredible impact on the world, who have a big vision where entrepreneurship is not just their work, it's their calling. They want to build a business that's aligned. They want to do this work to become the type of leader and entrepreneur that can hold the next level of success, of income, of clients, of leadership, of impact that they know they're being called to create. The collective is a one-of-a-kind space where we get to do that work, where you get to come together with other visionary leaders, entrepreneurs who are holding that higher level of consciousness, who are holding that higher vision. It's just going to be such an incredible community. I'll be going live weekly for transmission calls. These are not just strategy calls, by the way. So many calls you show up to, it's just like Q&A. These are truly energetic transmissions. The reason I call them transmission calls is because my intention for these calls is really for you to show up and to step into a new way of being. Is so much of the work that I do with entrepreneurs. When people step into my energy and my space, something happens. They see things differently. They calibrate to a new level of leadership. I can't tell you how many clients I've had. I'm thinking of my client, Megan, when I first started working with her inside Coaching Launchpad, which I ran for several years. It was a large group program that I ran. And she had a sales call with me. And then before she even came to our first group call, she signed 4 clients and she quit her full-time job. She was able to quit her full-time job as a result of signing those 4 clients. And how did that happen? How do clients like Federica, it's like she joins our program, she's making a couple $1,000s a month, and then a few months later, she hits her first $16,000 a month. And by the way, I just heard from her. We worked together again in some one-on-one a couple months ago, and I think she just hit her first $25,000 a month. How does that happen? That's not strategy. Oftentimes, these entrepreneurs have the strategy. The biggest thing that really makes the difference when I work with them is they calibrate to a new energy. They step into a space where they realize there's a new way of leading and being. This is so much deeper than just here's a tactic or here's a marketing funnel. This is about realizing that who you are is this beautiful, expansive, limitless being that can literally create anything in your life. You literally have infinite potential. You can create anything. And when you step into a container, into a community where you're calibrated at that level, where you can join a community of people who are holding that frequency, something changes. Something changes inside you. This is what I've learned through my own mentorship. I mean, I've invested over $200,000, probably close to around $250,000 into mentorship and hiring the best mentors on the planet that I can find. And I no longer seek strategy because I realized that's not really the thing. I seek to get in communities and rooms with people who can help me calibrate to a new level of energy internally. And when I've been able to do that, everything changes. Everything truly changes. So the collective is a space where we can do that work. So weekly transmission calls where you'll walk away not just with more strategies, more tools, more tactics, but truly with a different level of being that will change everything that you do in your business, connected to a community of high caliber leaders. When I look at the thing that has really, truly changed the game for me and my entrepreneurial journey, again, it's like I come into communities or programs thinking it's going to be the strategy, but the thing that actually makes the difference is just being surrounded with incredible leaders, incredible entrepreneurs who are thinking differently, who are expanding my own capacity just by being around them. This is what this community is. This is what this is going to be. This is truly just a space that I have never been more excited to share with the world. And there will also be a large in-person component to this. So we're going to be running regular in-person events and experiences because, magic happens when you get in a physical space with people. As much as I love the online thing, and I've been doing online stuff for my whole life. I love online business. I love getting to work from anywhere and to run these calls and connect with people all over the world and tap into a global market of an audience. And also, I've been doing so much more in person lately, and I think so many entrepreneurs, myself included, we've just been craving more of that in-person work, especially off the back of COVID. There's something that happens when you get in a space with people. And so my vision for the collective is not just to be an in-person community, but also but not just be an online community, but an in-person space as well, where we'll be coming together for regular in-person events. And as a member, you'll get exclusive access to special pricing on those things. So you can show up, you can calibrate in person, you can step into a space where you truly walk away transformed. Some of the things that have up-leveled me the most, actually, when I look at the things that have truly up-leveled me the most in my business, it's been those in-person experiences, masterminds, conferences, in-person events, retreats, where I walk away a different human being. It's changed my life forever. And so Transmission Calls, beautiful community of high-caliber leaders, visionary entrepreneurs who are not just building businesses, but truly leading from the deepest place within themselves, stepping into their calling. In-person experiences to help you calibrate even further. I have never been more excited, more humbled, more grateful, felt more alive about the next chapter of my business, of this work, and the collective is really the embodiment of that. A whole new community of leaders who are birthing a whole new era of business. So if you're feeling that call to step into a new chapter of your journey in entrepreneurship, you want to build a business that's not just profitable, but aligned. You want to attract clients with magnetism. You want to show up in a way where you get to be who you are. I would love to invite you to join me inside. There's a link in my bio, or depending on where you're watching this, if there's an ad, you can tap the link down below, learn more. If you have questions, you can shoot me a DM. I'm happy to bounce back and forth and explore with you. I would love to see you inside. If this is something you're feeling resonant with, if you're feeling that call, yeah, I just am so excited for what's about to come through this community, and I cannot wait to see you inside. So tap the link in my bio or down below to learn more. Shoot me a DM if you have questions. Can't wait to share this with you, and I hope to see you inside.